What's going on? What's going on? This is Eugene Napoleon. This is Napoleon's Corner. Before I get started, please make sure that you subscribe to the channel. I would greatly appreciate the support. And with that being said, this is actually episode 189. And this particular episode deals with, I'm going to say, mastery. And there was a very famous person by the name of Malcolm Gladwell. He wrote a book talking about the 10,000 hour rule. The 10,000 hour rule. Now, I've heard about that and did a little bit of research, and come to find out, it was pretty much penned and coined by Mr. Gladwell. And I get it. The concept of the 10,000 hour rule is, if you want mastery in anything, doesn't matter what it is, his theory is if you put in 10,000 hours, that will allow you to master whatever that is. Whatever it is, 10,000 hours. I started thinking about that. And I said, wow, okay, I get it. If you want to be elite at something, if you want to master something, really, it totally comes down to you have to put the work in. You have to put the work in. So if you see Tiger Woods, for instance, in his earlier stages of his career, I mean, this guy put in hours upon hours upon hours to master his craft, right? You look at Michael Jordan, you look at any of the greats, right? Any of the greats, they put in the time, they put in the hard work, they put in everything they had to do to master their craft, no matter what it was. It could be sports, it could be business, no matter what it is. But when you stop to think about 10,000 hours, I want you to take a minute and break it down into what you are doing right now. Break it down in terms of, I know I did it for instance, for my job as a special education teacher. I said, you know what? Let me see how that applies to my profession. I've been teaching special ed for 27 years. Now, obviously, when I did mine, it was it was way, I mean, 34,000 or 37,000 hours, whatever it came out to be, right? My point is, I actually put in the work to become as good as I am as a special education teacher, right? So Malcolm Gladwell's, I guess, theory actually works when you apply it. It simply means if you want to be great or you want to master something, you have to put the time in, you have to put the work in. So it made me think about this particular episode, mainly because I have a lot of people that over the years I've come to know, and they're very successful in business, in sports. And when I look at their particular profession, and when I look at how good they are at what they do, I have to admit, I'm sure they've surpassed 10,000 hours. In other words, they put the work in. Being great and being successful didn't just fall in their laps. They put the work in. I've been blessed to have won many awards over the years as a special education teacher. As a matter of fact, the latter part of my career, it's been even that much more fruitful because of the experience that I've garnered over those, across the 27 years of teaching, right? So 2022, 2023, I was blessed to be the special education teacher of the year at Seoul Middle School, where I currently teach at, right? And it was the governor's Teacher of the Year award for Seoul Middle School. And I'm so honored to have received that award. My point is, 27 years of teaching, though, so the time and putting the work in and being diligent and really stay steadfast and focused on my craft. Anyone who does that, doesn't matter what job they're in, doesn't matter what they're doing, if you put in the work, you are going to garner some level of success. That's the point. And for this particular episode, I really want you to focus on that 10,000 hour rule and just see for yourself. Like I said, when I did mine, I mapped it over, 27 years of teaching, broke it down, hours per day that I work, times 5 days a week. You get that number and you times that by the amount of years you've worked in that particular field. And mine, like I said, it was over 34, 35, whatever it was, 1,000 hours. But my point is, Malcolm Gladwell has it right. If you want to master something, if you want to be elite at something, you simply have to put the work in. So that goes to anybody that's striving to be the best in their field. And again, it doesn't matter what it is. You have to put the work in. Those 10,000 hours will be definitely well served once you do it and you understand what you're getting back out of it. Your craft is so important for you to want to be elite in it that you're going to put the work in. That's the point. So if you don't put the work in, I guess it wouldn't matter. Then don't expect to be successful, because you're not going to get that back out of it if you don't put the work in. So it's almost like you can't go to a bank and draw money out of an account that you never put money in. That's so symbolic to what I mean about this particular episode. If you don't put the work in, you're not going to get anything out of it. You only get out of something what you put into it. And it's really just that simple. You only get out of something in terms of what you put in. You put nothing in, you get nothing out. And that's a very, very true statement. So this whole 10,000 hour thing intrigued me to the point where I said, you know what? I want to do an episode on it because I believe it to be true. Break down the things that you want to accomplish. I've said this many times in the past. Write it down, make it plain, make your goals, plain enough where your expectations will be met once you put in those amount of hours, once you put in the time, the blood, the sweat, the tears. And I guarantee you, no matter what it is, you will achieve that particular goals or those goals that you wrote down. And here's the reason why. There's a lot of people who say they talk, but they don't put the work in. So at any given point, once again, it doesn't matter what, if it's sports, if it's business, no matter what it is. If you don't put the work in, and there's somebody else that may not even be as talented as you are in that particular field, but they're putting in the work, they're putting in the 10,000 hours. Guess what? They will become elite at whatever that task is because they put the work in. It's as simple as that. You may sit back and scratch your head. I can't believe this guy got the promotion. You know why? Well, maybe Mike was there busting his hump Monday through Saturday. Okay, you was there Monday through Friday. Maybe you took Wednesday off to go golfing or whatever. But my point is, to make it simple, Mike put the time in. Mike has been putting the time in. And maybe you thought because you're more talented than Mike, you don't have to work as hard. It's just going to come to you. It doesn't work that way. And even if it does, even if you do look up and you get a promotion or you become successful, how long can you maintain it with that mentality of not working hard to stay where you are? Sooner or later, there's going to be a Michael, or there's going to be a Cheryl, or there's going to be, a Tiffany, or there's going to be a Bobby that's going to outwork you if you stay in that mindset of my talent is going to always keep me at the top. That's not the way it works. That's not the way it works. The guy that works the hardest, the young lady that works the hardest, those are the people that become successful over a period of time, and they can maintain that success because they understand the work ethic and they understood what it took to get them to that level. So check it out. Start to chart your 10,000 hours at whatever it is that you're doing and see at the end of it where you are, on that chart. What success level have you reached on that chart? And if you're in a position where you put in 10,000 hours or more over a course of your career, and it's helped you to become an executive, it's helped you to become a CEO, it's helped you to become a professional athlete, it's helped you to push and knock down boundaries in your profession where you are considered elite at what you do, then I guess Malcolm Gladwell and his theory of the 10,000 hour rule was correct. Check it out for yourself. See what you think. I'm Eugene Napoleon. This is Napoleon's Corner. I'll see you next week. Take care.